Alright, so what up, people? First off, Bing fucking bong. I'm back with the realest takes on music, pop culture, and whatever else is going on in the world today. Now, this Joyner Lucas and Skepta rap battle continues on. Joyner put something out and it got everybody up in a frenzy. Anyone who's been following this anyway, my brother, my brother messaged me. The battle's over. Joyner just killed Skippy. I like that they got these little nicknames for each other. How Joyner be calling Skepta Skippy, and Skepta be calling him Jonah. So anyway, we're gonna get into this, but I'm seeing how a lot of people are reacting, and one thing I gotta do is I gotta keep it 100. I pride myself on keeping it real, just being a real dude. So what you're not gonna see here is any glazing or nut hugging. I ain't about that in any aspect of life. But at the same time, I'm not a hater neither. So I ain't gonna be hating. I try to give respect where respect's due. I try to call it like I see it and just always keep it a stack. I do believe, especially on the American side, there is a bit of a bias. And I'm on front, I got this bias too, but the thing with me is I try to acknowledge and identify my biases so I can remove them from the equation and just, keep it up, keep it 100. So anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Yo, I'm already, I know, I'm already stopping and shit, but I fuck with the intro. Yeah, I'm liking that.
Joyner. Let me teach you how to terminate niggas on sight, little bitch. You would never be a G level. I don't care where you from or where you grew up, you will still get slapped with a tea kettle. You ain't smoking on shit, you ain't never been lit. I turn big smoke to a weed pebble. Stop talking about hits and that platinum shit, little hoe. You barely win sheet metal. Let's talk about.
Hey, hold on a second now. I know, listen, we talked about this in the last video. Rappers be capping. You know what it is about that bar that bothers me? It's a dope bar, but only on the surface. You feel me? Now, mind you, I don't got all the Skepta's numbers to know if he really did go triple platinum, if that was just like some wild claim that he made. But to say that he barely went sheet metal, I think that's only something that would resonate with an American crowd who doesn't know who Skepta is. Because the fact of the matter is, Skepta is solidified. Like, Skepta does numbers. Skepta is damn near a legend as far as his region is concerned. And even I'd even go as far as to say, in relation to their own territories, once again, let me say that, in relation to their own territories, Skepta is bigger than Joyner is, really. Once again, for the people who don't comprehend properly, in relation to their own territories, Skepta is a big fish in his pond compared to how big Joyner is in his pond. Pause, by the way. I feel like I just need to throw a pause on that whole shit I just said. That does not take away from Joyner's skill, by the way. And by no means am I saying that observation means one is better than the other. It just goes to this statement that he just made. The whole sheet metal thing. It only resonates well with people who don't really know Skepta like that. But if you do know Skepta, if you are aware of Skepta, it rings off kind of corny. And that's where it's put me right now. To me, that was just a man. Surface level cool, but man.
Stop talking about hits and that platinum shit, little hoe. You barely win sheet metal. Let's talk about how you got ran for your chain that was curled on the floor like a leaf petal. Let's talk about.
Okay, hold on a minute now. That's a different kind of claim there now. And even if this is cap, this is the type of cap that lets you speculate, right? You got to think like, oh, where did that happen? Like that spices it up a little bit. Like I could deal with this kind of capping if it is cap. I don't know. And I swear, did he say leaf petal just then? Fuck is a leaf petal? Is that a thing? Isn't a leaf already? Maybe I'm tripping.
Curled on the floor like a leaf petal. Let's talk about how you never grew up that. Let's talk about how you got ran for your chain that was curled on the floor like a leaf petal. Let's talk about how you never grew up that hard and your mom always pushed you to be better. Let's talk about how your career fell off and the shit went straight through the meat shredder. I'm mad that I ever heard your music at all. If I didn't, I'd probably even sleep better. Hey.
All right. First of all, I don't think it's not that bad that your mom pushing you to be better. I mean, but I guess it hits if you could perceive Skepta as some dude trying to be hard or whatever, and it's like you ain't even grow up like that, son. So I get that. I get that bit. To say he fell off though, that once again, those types of bars are such like general types of, those open, broad ass bars that you just throw generic insults. That's what this is sounding like. To say Skepta fell off, and I have to say once again, this is for people who know who Skepta is. This is removing the American bias or the American arrogance. Yes, I said it. We be getting arrogant sometimes, man, and we feel like we the shit and no one else. can contest. But once again, like I said, I'm keeping it a hundo. Skepta is solidified in England. So these bars, for me anyway, they fall flat. That chain shit though. Getting marked out for your chain. That was kind of spicy.
Fell off and the shit went straight through the meat shredder. I'm mad that I ever heard your music at all. If I didn't, I'd probably even sleep better. Hey, fuck this nigga, I'ma spray with it. Put a Glock 19 to his face with it. Always knew you was a bitch, you was raised with it. Now I know why your daddy okay with it. I should take your flag and burn that shit. Give it back, then put you in the grave with it.
Hold on, just a second there. What is that even? What you said?
Hey, fuck this nigga, I'ma spray with it. Put a Glock 19 to his face with it. Always knew you was a bitch, you was raised with it. Now I know why your daddy okay with it. I should take your flag and burn that shit.
All right, I feel like I'm missing something here, man. I kind of don't get it. Is he saying Skepta's mom is a bitch? Is that is that what he's saying? Was his dad okay with him being raised like a bitch? I don't know that one. Y'all help me out there. I don't know. By the way, the rhyming scheme, his actual rapping, like the actual technical rapping, was dope.
Give it back, then put you in the grave with it. How you gonna steal ASAP Rocky swag and fuck it all up and go gay with it? You started it. I ain't ducking no smoke.
I like that. I like that. I like that little touch right there. Taking ASAP Rocky's swag. You know what? That's probably what he was talking about with the whole wearing a dress thing. Because let's be honest, man. When these dudes get super fashionisty, they be dressing in some stuff that I think your normal clothes wearer would be like, yo, this shit kind of look kind of weird. Cause yeah, man, like I seen Pusha T wearing some shit one time. I'm like, this guy, this is a cocaine rapper, a drug lord rapper, and this is what he wearing. That's what the shit that he was wearing, bro. Is like, what kind of sassy? Anyway, so I think that's where. That's valid. That's a valid bar right there, Joyner. Valid.
Still ASAP Rocky swag and fuck it all up and go gay with it. You started it. I ain't ducking no smoke, want all of it. Wanna steal my culture and talk your shit cause you mad that you can't be a part of it. You don't get no play, we ain't bumping it. Flex ain't never dropping no bombing it. You got the worst songs that I ever heard in my life. I don't even wanna hear niggas humming it. Oh, you bringing up Tory, I'm loving it. They forgot my liddy went done with it. Me and Tory ain't never had smoke. That was really my nigga. We was just having fun with it. From the black Eminem, that's a compliment. I'ma wear that badge, I'ma honor it. That nigga sold like 220 million records, and I bet you'd have bought a whole lot of them.
I pause real quick. You know what? So he said a bunch of stuff there, right? I remember I said in one of the last videos that I was probably one of the only people that wasn't privy to the whole Tory and Joyner back and forth. And I did go educate myself. And what he said about Liddy, his Liddy freestyle was, hey man, Joyner went on that one. The Black Eminem thing though, I don't think y'all can tell me if I'm tripping, but I'm pretty sure he didn't actually call him the Black. If he was anything, he was saying the comparisons to Eminem was that he was a much cheaper version of Eminem. The Timu Eminem, if you wish. The AliExpress Eminem. And I believe he called him the Black Stan. Mind you, the term Stan is not race specific, but still, you just call him a big Eminem fan, not necessarily comparing him like saying he's the black version of Eminem. Yeah. So that one's a little bit muck shaky for me. You know?
Me and Tory ain't never had smoke. That was really my nigga. We was just having fun with it. From the black Eminem, that's a compliment. I'ma wear that badge, I'ma honor it. That nigga sold like 220 million records, and I bet you'd have bought a whole lot of them. Niggas mad at me cause it bothered them. Guess his mama never told him she was proud of him. Even niggas like Giggs really hate your shit. He a real OG, there's a lot of them. You be dick ride niggas and you fine with it.
Hey, let me hold that. Hey, that's valid. That was a valid bar too. Because Giggs did put out earlier on when this all popped off. And it was more about the UK versus the US. That's what people were really feeding into, as opposed to just Skepta versus Joyner. Giggs did put out something where he was like putting his 2 cents in. You know, he was putting his own perspective, and some people took that as a shot at Skepta.
He a real OG, there's a lot of them. You be dick ride niggas and you fine with it. You got a little cosign and you proud of it. And you'll do anything just to get a little over your chain, even swallow it.
Ooh, pew, 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 pew. Nah, I like that bar. And he came back with the in it ad lib again. That in it ad lib is coming like the Don DeMarco. Basically, he's saying Skepta all on Drizzy's nuts, glazing hard, gobbling, if you will.
Anything just to get a little over your chain, even swallow it. I hope Big Smoke is ready to cheat with him. Better call the pole and bring the police with him. Bring enough heat to cook up a beef with him. Wet a nigga up and bring in the beats with him. Bullet get stuck, you feeling the deep in him. Pussy ass nigga, I'm making a yeast with him. A wagyu steak, I cut up a piece with him. Floss on a nigga, I'm picking my teeth with him. Cough on a nigga, I'm making disease hit him. Walk on a nigga, and taking no leash with him. Lock a nigga out, I'm leaving his teeth with him. Lock a nigga down and bury the keys with him. Snake ass niggas, really don't need venom. I'm skinning them alive and making a feast with them. Nigga need help, we bringing the streets with them. Give a nigga hell, I'm bringing the priest with them. I'ma send him to heaven up in the devil.
Ooh, I cut it off too. So you're taking off right there. RIP to Takeoff, by the way. Yeah, that whole scheme he just did, as far as rapping is concerned, that whole shit was dope, bro. Joyner's rapping his ass off right here, though.
Help, we bringing the streets with him. Give a nigga hell, I'm bringing the priest with him. I'ma send him to heaven up in the devil and tell him that I'm a demon who broke a piece of that heaven and fell in, bitch. I'm a predicate felon, I put a shell in your melon and everything I ever set up on a record, I'm in it. But we talk about how many fucking records you selling, cause even back up in your country, they don't check up and listen. You only sold a couple thousand in a bet in the 7. They only sell it at the counter at the 7-Eleven. And when I finish with you, I bet they would never forget it. There ain't a single motherfucker who can sever this weapon. I hate your accent and everything you said in the record. I need subtitles to get it, I'm checking the spelling. I promise you that Drizzy the only one that ever would mention you being a legend. Nobody will agree what he said, and I promise you it's gonna haunt you when you sleep in your bed. And I promise you that when it's over, I'ma leave an impression. And yeah, I hope you know the.
Hey man, Joyner rapping right there. But what is he saying though? You feel me? What's he really saying though? I think everything he's saying is solid so far. Once again, the jabs at Skepta's success is a little bit wishy-washy for me because, like I said, Skepta is solidified. Pause. But this whole block right here, some top tier rapping. You feel me? Now, mind you, I also wanted to pay attention to what he's saying because sometimes just because you rap fast don't mean like you're really saying shit that's dope. You feel me? Yeah, you could rhyme a lot of words together. It's like, but what is he really saying, bro? Dr. Seuss was an ill rhymer too, you feel me? When I like the jab at the accents and not understanding what he's saying. I do like that though. All of that is valid. That's cool, man. Those are decent jabs.
I never would mention you being a legend. Nobody would agree what he said, and I promise you it's gonna haunt you when you sleep in your bed. And I promise you that when it's over, I'ma leave an impression. And yeah, I hope you know the pressure's on when I drop this shit, cause you really on the clock, boy. I'ma write a perspective song from a UK nigga who think he a top boy. Since you wanna talk about influence, let's talk about the female clothes you rock, boy. I seen you in an interview dressed like a bitch. I guess you really a top boy.
I like that whole scheme right there. Yes, Mr. Lucas. Yeah, I like the whole thing. The top boy flip. I like that. Dope. Valid.
Rock boy, I seen you in an interview dressed like a bitch. I guess you really a top boy.
I like that too. He was more direct with the whole fashion accusations. He just came straight out and said it. Listen, man, you know what? You was looking like a bitch.
You dress like a bitch, I guess you really a top boy. I catch him outside of the Birkin store, the Victoria's Secret shop, boy. Take all your shit, then give it to my bitch. She'll love that drip you got, boy.
Nice.
Put the UK, US shit to the side. This is me against you, little pop, boy. Clean up on L6, I don't wipe this bitch. Somebody come bring me a mop, boy. How to turn Joseph to a crime scene. Why the fucking nigga thinking he could try me? How you do your nigga wildly dirty, then turn your back on a UK crime scene? You a snake ass hoe, you slimy. You irrelevant bitch, you behind me.
Hold on now. I might be out of my depth on this one, but I don't think Skepta ain't turned his back on grime. I think Skepta champions grime music. It's just he wants to do the rap thing too. You know, there's certain artists that could go both ways. Pause. Like Chip, for instance. Chip can do this grime thing and Chip could do this rap thing. But yeah, man, that's a bold claim. Turn your back on Wiley. I think Wiley had issues with everybody for a minute though. Because I think it's the general consensus that Wiley is like the godfather of grime music anyway. And Wiley is dope, if you've ever heard him.
Grime scene. You a snake ass hoe, you slimy. You irrelevant bitch, you behind me. I don't even understand how you still got fans. I ain't heard your name since the 90s. I'm a hybrid nigga with a high beam. Turn a UK nigga to a line beam. Just around 2KO, you ain't getting up. Better call the ER to revive him. After this, I bet you wanna fight me. That's the reason why niggas don't like me. Thought you was that nigga when you talk your shit. Now you sitting back wondering why me.
Alright. He said a lot of things. That was a solid effort from Joyner. That shit was solid. I gotta keep it real. Are we keeping it real or are we bullshitting? We gonna keep it real, right? That's what I do. I keep it a stack. I gotta keep it a hundo. Let me get this out the way first. Rapping wise, just pure rapping ability. I'm talking about rhyme schemes, cadence, diction, pause, flow. I gotta say that is Joyner all day. Joyner got that. Joyner is out rapping the fuck out of Skepta, and Skepta ain't no slouch neither. But let's talk about what he's actually saying though. That's where it's gonna move the needle for me. Like, what's he really saying? You know what was good about Skepta's? And by the way, this is how I'm looking at it. Right, this is now round 2, and each round was actually started off by Skepta. Round 1 was when Skepta did Friendly Fire, and then Joyner responded with Nobody Cares. And I think Joyner took that round. Cool. when Skepta came back with, what's he called? What do you call that? The other one? I think he actually called it round 2. So that was the start of round 2. So round 2 KO, this is Joyner's submission into round 2. Skepta's round 2 verse was dope because of the shit that he said, the angles that he took, how he came at Joyner. It made you go, okay, all right. You know, if you could get past the accent, because a lot of people can't. So if this one, it's like, all right, well, what is Joyner saying? I think one place where he went flat was trying to attack Skepta's success, because once again, I think that will only hit with crowds that don't know who Skepta is. Americans be forgetting sometimes that, you know, yeah, America's out here as a strong media influence, but there's a whole lot of other shit going on in Europe and in Asia, you know what I'm saying, in Australia. So when Joyner would say stuff like, you know, Skepta ain't really sounding like that, his career's in the toilet. Well, he didn't say in the toilet, well, he said in a meat shredder. Ain't heard his name since the 90s. All of it was just like, you're reaching, bro. Some of the other stuff, though, saying how Skep got marked out for his chain, that was funny. Saying he didn't really grow up hard like that, that was funny. And I thought those were cool jabs, those were cool punches. When he said he hates everything he said when he was taking jabs at his accent, that's dope. The gigs bar was very valid. Oh, he's telling him just like a bitch, basically. That was kind of funny too. You know, it's so funny because when you listen to how Joyner went at Tory, it's such a different display. What he was actually saying to Tory was more hard hitting than what I feel like he was saying to Skepta. And I think maybe the American arrogance got the best of it. I'm not trying to talk down on America, but I just got to keep it real. Like I mentioned it earlier in this video, sometimes we got this American arrogance that be blinding us. Sometimes we think, man, fuck these motherfuckers. We got this in our bag, and maybe we don't do our due diligence. Found out a couple of things, and I guess he thought, man, that's enough. I don't need to know really that much anyway. I'm gonna out rap him, and then it's that's it. And that's a lot of people just hear the rapping ability and just like, ooh, he got him. But if we're really talking about a battle here, we need to stop and listen to what he actually said. Perfect example. Remember the Pusha T and the Drake beef. And now, yes, this is my opinion, but I think if you look at it objectively, a lot of people might agree. We have the Duppy freestyle, and we got the story of Addy Down. Drake was rapping on Duppy freestyle. I would go as far as saying, as far as rapping, I think the rapping was better on Duppy freestyle. Overall, I think Duppy freestyle is a better track. However, what Pusha said on Story of Addy Down, that's what really gave him the win. And in this case, once again, I'll say, I don't know how to call it, man. I don't know how to call this round because I think Joyner clearly out-rapped Skepta. But when it comes to what they were saying, I don't know, man. I think it's tough to call. If you want, like dead ass, if you're being objective about it and you listen to what they said to each other, the angles that they took, I think one of the strongest angles in this round was when Skepta came up with you only make hits from another dude's perspective, and when he did the Eminem comparison, calling him a stan basically, and saying he's just basically a shit version of Eminem because he's such a big Eminem glazer. I think that was the strongest punch out of this whole round. I could be tripping, but I don't think Joyner came with a stronger punch than that. That wasn't dismissed as cap. You understand what I'm saying? If I was playing Quick Time for Slime right now on Drink Champs, we drinking, bro. We drinking. I'm like, shit, I don't know, man. Just pour me a shot. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man, because I really don't know how to call it, to be honest with you. I almost just want to call it a tie. Y'all might think I'm tripping or whatever, man. I'm just trying to be objective here. So y'all throw y'all 2 cents in. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Please let me know who you think actually took this round, because I'm at a stalemate with this. And give me your reasons too. Don't just jump in there and be like, it's trash, or just cuss me out. Just tell me what y'all actually thought for real, and I'll see y'all in the next video.